A quick review of Chapter 1 of Obento 2. And in Chapter 1 of Obento 2, the new things that we looked at were the following. We looked at how to tell time. And telling time, when we looked at it in Chapter 1, had to do with G, or the hour. And all you do to tell time is you put whatever number you want for the hour in front of it, and it's something, and add G, and then you have your time. For example, Ichi, G, 1 o'clock. When you tell time, the key ones to look out for are 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and 9 o'clock. So these are things teachers like to ask in multiple choice. So to remember that 4 o'clock is Yoji, 7 o'clock is Shichi-ji, 9 o'clock is Kuji. We like to ask these things on multiple choice questions. We also took a look at asking when you do something. And this relates to three things. This relates to time, this relates to day of the week, and it relates to month, and it can also relate to year. And they all take the exact same signal. So these will all take the signal ni. In English, the meaning when you translate it might be slightly different, but in Nihongo, it's all the same signal. So this would be at 2 o'clock, on Monday, in July, in the year 1977. When we are doing activities, we have two ways to express a signal that goes with place. The one we looked at in grade 9 initially was going to a place, and we saw that you could either use the signal ni or the signal e. And we knew this applied for going to a place, coming to a place, going home, coming back or going back to a place, and going out to a place. And for all of these, it takes the signal ni or e. But if you are not moving, if you are not in motion, then the signal you choose is de, which gives your idea of at a place. So if you're not sure which signal should go in on a multiple choice test, look at the end of the sentence. Are you going or coming somewhere, or are you studying or doing some other kind of activity? If you are not going or coming to some place, then the signal to choose is de. We also looked at saying how you get somewhere. And for that, we looked at the way to signal for transportation, but it's also our day of the signal for method. And when we go or come or go back to somewhere, all of these verbs here can work here too. Our transportation signal is de, and that means using or by. This works for every method of transportation except if you choose the word aruite, which means walking. And for this, there is no signal. You just put it in as it is. We also saw in the Level Up in Japanese 10 that you could use toho de. And toho means on foot. This is a really good question we like to add on multiple choice questions because we like to see if you remember that it doesn't take a signal. We have another signal we use for transportation, and it's very specific to the verb norimasu. And norimasu means you are riding in or riding on transportation. Remember that if you choose norimasu, you are not going or coming. All norimasu does is tell the listener what kind of transportation are you in. It doesn't get you anywhere. But we like to ask norimasu on multiple choice questions because we like to see if you remember that it's transport ni norimasu. So it's de with ikimasu, ni with norimasu. And finally in Chapter 1, we look at doing invitations. And in invitations, we take our regular verb, we take off the su, and we either put mashoka or masenka.